Shadow Slave Chapter 3, The Strings of Fate, narrated by Manga Buddy. For a while, Sunny's mood was bleak. But eventually he shook it off, took a deep breath, and tried to enjoy the clean, crisp mountain air. Fresh air like this was a rarity in the real world. In the polluted outskirts of the city, the air was thick and foul. Even in richer areas with air filtration systems, the air felt lifeless, sterile. Only the ultra-rich could breathe this freely. And now here he was, breathing as much as he wanted, like a second-gen Chable. Well, he thought, being chosen by the spell does have its perks. If only it didn't come with bitter cold, sore feet, and burning wrists. The slave caravan trudged on, climbing higher into the mountains. More and more captives stumbled. A few couldn't walk any further and were detached from the chain, then casually thrown off the path, into the abyss below. Sunny watched, a little sympathetic. Poor souls. Rest in peace. Surprisingly, he was still in good spirits. It felt odd, sure, to feel this way in the middle of a nightmare. But Sunny had mentally prepared. When the signs of the spell first appeared, he was shaken. Terrified even. But after visiting his parents' grave, just 2 names carved into an old tree, he added his own name beneath theirs. And after that he stopped caring. He had no more food to worry about. No future to plan. No enemies to fear. The worst had already happened. So being a chained slave, freezing in the snow? Not such a big deal anymore. Besides, he already knew how this would end. He remembered the bones. The vision. Death was coming, not from the cold but from something else higher up the mountain. He just didn't know when. To prepare, Sunny summoned the runes again and took a closer look at his stats. The last time he looked, he'd been too annoyed by his aspect to really pay attention. Now he read them carefully. Fated. The strings of fate cling to you. Improbable events, good and bad, are drawn to your presence. Mark of divinity. A faint trace of divine energy lingers on you. A long-forgotten touch. Child of shadows. The shadows see you as one of their own. Sunny quickly realized the first one, fated, was likely why he ended up with such a bizarre aspect. It wasn't fate as in destiny, but rather a magnet for weird, unpredictable events. The second, mark of divinity, sounded powerful but was completely useless right now. No sacred temples here. No magic to amplify. The third one though, child of shadows. He had no idea what it did, until the sun went down. When darkness fell, he could see as clearly as if it were still daylight. Now that was useful. And it might not be the only perk. Finally, something useful, he thought. Then a voice snapped him out of his thoughts. Stop the caravan. Set up camp. The caravan halted in a clearing protected by rock. The soldiers gathered the slaves into a tight circle for warmth and built a large bonfire. Sunny tried to get closer to the fire but ended up on the outer edge, still cold, still hungry. The soldiers handed out a little water and some rock-hard bread. He forced himself to eat it, but it barely touched his hunger. Nearby, a shady-looking slave crawled toward some bright red berries poking through the snow. Before he could grab them, a soft voice warned him. I wouldn't eat those, friend. It was the scholarly slave, an older man, dignified despite his chains. Those are blood-bane berries, he explained. They grow where blood has been spilled. Poisonous. A few can kill a grown man. The shady slave cursed and backed away. But Sunny wasn't paying much attention anymore, because something about this place felt familiar. It was the same spot he'd seen in his vision. The place where piles of bones were buried beneath the snow. Whatever was coming, it was coming soon. And as if to confirm it, a deafening crash echoed from above. Something enormous had just landed. The nightmare had truly begun. Thanks for watching Chapter 3 of Shadow Slave. If you're enjoying the journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss Chapter 4. This is Manga Buddy, bringing your favorite manhwa and web novels to life, one chapter at a time. Until next time, stay sharp in the dark.